In June of 2018, we were on vacation, and we received a call from our niece's mother, who lives in Seattle, and she was asking us for help.
Our niece was in jail in Las Vegas, an active drug user, pregnant, and due to deliver in July.
She had also been in and out of jail several times and had a few months previously married a guy who had been in jail for 17 of the last 19 years, and he was also a drug user.
When I heard the story, I contacted Family Services prior to the baby's birth, and my wife Carol and I offered to care for the baby while our niece got her life in order. We made our decision out of love, not knowing what we were getting ourselves into. Our niece gave birth in July of 2018 to a little girl, and while she was still actively using drugs she was addicted to. And although she would deny it, she abandoned her baby in the hospital and she was subsequently arrested. At birth, her baby had drug-related withdrawal issues, which we have since learned can also manifest themselves at any time in her life. The father is still in jail and eligible for parole in about 2 years.
Our niece was released to a treatment facility. She made several meaningful attempts to learn how to become a mother and abandon her drug use. We stood by her side all through this new phase of her life. She was making really good strides.
But sadly, the lure of drugs was too strong, and she was arrested with a DUI in March of 2019, and then died in jail the next day from a probable overdose. We've had her little girl since birth. She's a beautiful part of our family, first as a foster kin, then as registered foster parents. We aren't quite sure how we could have emotionally survived this ordeal without the support of foster kinship. See, I get emotional too. Soon after we took our little girl home from the hospital, Family Services referred us to foster kinship to help us navigate the process of becoming foster parents. When we entered the program, we were angry at our niece for placing a higher priority on drugs than on her baby. We were angry at leading a life of criminal to her lifestyle. We were angry our grown ways saw a new little girl as interference into our normal family dynamics.
Through foster kinship, we met many other foster kin with circumstances similar to our own. We had no idea how widespread this scourge of drugs was rampant in our society.
Foster kinship taught us more about the disease of addiction. They taught us about trauma and its long-term effects on children. We learned about the traumas our niece had faced and how these led to her dependence on drugs. We learned how to renew our love for our niece and to accept her husband and to understand the importance of them in our little girl's life.
Foster kinship also taught us or reminded us of good parenting skills. We thought we had already been good parents to our grown children and our grandchildren, and we were actually good parents, but renewing those skills was very good reminders for us. We also learned the basics of how to become licensed foster parents, which helped us eventually with some income we needed to transition to a new child in our home.
Admittedly, this whole experience has been traumatic to both of us. We have nightmares, we get irritable, and now we throw COVID-19 on top of it. But the counseling, training, professional support, and peer support we have received through foster kinship has been invaluable in navigating all of these challenges. Through the recommendations of foster kinship, the grace of God, an excellent CAP attorney, personal counseling for us to help with our family dynamics, and other professionals foster kinship recommended, we were able to gain permanent guardianship in November of 2019. Now our little one is 100% part of our family. Our daughter now has the security of living in a stable household with a loving set of parents she has known since birth. And today she is like any other 2-year-old, and we are proud parents.